Okay, so this is King's Row, second video. Also, I'm just gonna mention if you guys have any, if you guys are confused or want me to explain more, you can always hit me up. Don't be shy about it. I'm totally open about it. Right? King's Row hybrid. Yeah, so it is in the map. Cool. So I'm probably just gonna go over like one map. Actually, we'll just go see how it goes. Right? Okay, so I'm just gonna start it up. Okay. Okay. So I just want you guys to know that this Reaper, yeah, actually walked across you guys' entire field of view, right? And was able to go here, but then you guys were like totally oblivious to him even like being there. So then this Reaper actually ended up getting a lot of value. So, alright. I don't know. I would assume you guys would just tunnel vision on the entire team and miss out on the Reaper. It's just in this situation, you guys just need to be really aware of what's going on. Okay. Also, I would suggest actually playing on the right side of the statue. Just because here, if you guys play here, it's very easy for like a flanker like Reaper to utilize this hotel, right? And getting in and getting out a lot easier. If you guys are playing here, he has to like come out of his like safety zone and try to shoot from you guys from here if you guys are flanking, and then you guys might be able to catch him. Okay, and then here it's way more open, and because if you guys are playing in this area, this team, if they're getting like pushed back, their field or their line of sight is very minimal compared to you guys, right? It's gonna be like this, while you guys can see them from here and here. But if you guys are playing here, right, you guys, it's very narrow, your field of view. You guys are getting less information. You guys don't know where some people may be. And so then they have all this space and they're able to like look out at you guys a lot more better, right? So in this situation, I would just reset, right? Because the team would just rush you guys like what they did now with the... Wow, they're actually running May, okay? They would just rush you down, right? Like what they just did. So if you guys are losing fight, you guys are like at a choke, and especially if they have May, just make sure you guys are just backing out and not wasting more time, right? So in this situation, the Reaper is looking for a flank, I think, which I saw, which is totally fine. So here, right, going back to how the Orisa player and like a Doomfist player needs to be communicating with each other, right? Because that pull was like utterly useless, right? So now the enemy team knows that you guys don't have pull, right? And so if you're wasting that ability, then it's just like, why are you guys... Yeah. So the Reaper went to TP from your guys' right side, and then just dropped down main. Not a good thing, unless you guys talked about it, for him to go through hotel. But just remember that you guys need to communicating, right? Not wasting abilities, right? Right side, huge. Okay, Reaper. I want you to know that if the teams that you'll be screaming at, if someone like the Reaper was behind statue the first time, there's a high chance that he's probably going to be there again, so just keep an eye out for that. Okay, so this is going to be a huge thing, okay? Huge thing. So it looks like you guys want to use coal, right? Fine. But a better thing to do here is to burn Orisa's Fortify first. And in order to do that, it's really easy, right? You can just call for a pull punch, right? She'll most likely fortify the punch instead of getting knocked back, okay? If that happens, all you gotta do is just reset the fight, right? Use your uppercut and your slam to get out for a Doomfist player, and you guys just need to play corners until you got your abilities back. As soon as her fortifies down, you guys got your abilities. You pull that again, right? You want to pull punch again while also using coalescence and while amp speeding onto them with the Reaper just right in the Orisa's face, and then she'll just die. Okay, but what you guys did here was you guys didn't burn her abilities first, right? So then I would assume she just lives. Yeah, so no one dies. So just in meta against meta, or they're not really running meta, but basically the point is you guys are going to have two fights, okay? The first fight is just to a pre-fight, and you guys want to burn their abilities, right? And so then it'll create a small window for this next fight, upcoming fight, for you guys to engage on them. And that phase is that when you guys are going to start killing people, okay? It's just keep that in mind about these two sort of fights. So, you guys are even. It's fine. Okay. Okay. Let me go back. So my main concern here is you guys are backing up, right? You guys are backing up way back here. It's okay, but you guys they had to back out. I know they cold, but like why can't the tank player play here? Also the Reaper player play here over here on this line of sight the Moira, so that the rest of the team can just play on this side, and then the Moira has to choose, right, either the tank or the other side. And because the Moira can just throw an orb towards the tanks over here as well as the Reaper, and so they'll be fine, right? But also, right, you guys are getting this sort of crossfire, right? And, you know, some part of the team is facing this way, right? Then also the team is facing this way, so they have to choose, right? And they have to, you know, if they want to go onto the tanks, they have to actually get in your line of sight and just focus you guys down and turn their bodies towards there, and lets the rest of the team do a lot more work. Okay. But giving up this extra space is just, it's not efficient. Okay. Also, you guys are the Orisa player is tunnel visioning a lot, right? You're too focused on, you know, whatever you're doing, just shooting the team, I guess. But you should always keep in mind your biggest concern is this Reaper flank as well as Doomfist punch. If those two things are down, then sure, you can like just spam while your left clicks or whatever. But you need to make sure that you are alive. If you're dead, the team has to wipe. I'd say it's 60% of the time. Okay. There's no bird's eye view on. Okay. Also, just before the next fight, make sure that the DPS players are setting up, right? Either Doomfist on high ground or Reapers getting a flank, things like that. Okay. Always don't waste time just looking at main and stuff like that. The DPS players always needs to set up. So again, I'm gonna re-emphasize how important it is to communicate between these pull punches, because if you get these, I guarantee you guys will win fights way more easily. Okay. Doomfist player, make sure that you're not overextending. You guys need to be aware of when the team is backing out, because there's some flank. Then you need to also play safer. There's this idea that you guys need to survive more than killing the target. Okay, if you guys, the only way it's a good trade for killing a target is if the enemy team's winning condition is their ultimate. But if it's not, then you need to survive way more than getting the kill. Okay, in every situation, right? It's better for you to survive than to get the kill, basically. Always. Oh. Okay. I didn't know that outside works, but okay. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that no one really communicated on their ultimates, basically. So I think I noticed that in terms of your team, not everyone is like keeping track of stuff. So if someone you need to keep track of your own abilities as well as ultimates, as well as the enemy abilities and ultimates, right? And calling it out is okay, but what's even better is having a solution for it. Like if they have a male, make sure that Sig is like a diva and is getting ready to like just use his ability to eat it right in her face, right? Because if you're right in her face, the chances of her actually throwing that male is probably slim. So then it's gonna be a longer delay for them to pop it, and you guys have a higher chance of actually getting killed because they're wasting time. Yeah, you guys need to. I generally think that there's just a lot of communication error or communication problems between the team right now. Like compare to Team A, right? I joined their Discord and they have like a lot of communication. They're calling these pull punches, and you guys are not, right? You guys are just saying it's pulling now, right? That's totally useless, right? So, just start communicating. I think. Okay, let's look at defense first point. I'm thinking that I just talked about the first point because you guys just need to. If you guys hold first point, right, there's no point in talking about the rest of the map, right? So, okay. So there's a lot of things you can talk about here. All right, you guys are running the Bastion Pharmacy comp, which is not bad. It's actually, I would say, pretty good on this point if you guys are playing it correctly. However, they are running meta, so you guys should win that. So instead of holding up here, right, and this high ground here, it's way better to have the Bastion comp onto this window here. Okay, so if you do that, then they have to go on point, right? And you guys can start seeing that and just shoot them. However, if you go here, right, if you guys are holding up here, there's a lot of ways for the enemy team can take advantage of that, right? They can either just go into a hotel and they can just like speed amp onto right underneath you, and you guys have to drop down. You guys have to drop down and contest the point, and then you guys are probably going to get mowed down because of it. Okay. They can also just flank all the way around and just take high ground. So generally, if you guys are going to run this Bastion comp, I would have you guys set up onto here. And so if you guys do need to contest the point, I would have Orisa just drop down while Sig stays up here. Orisa can stay up here. Bab can heal above. Mercy can also just be, you get Pharmacy comp would probably be up here, utilizing this hotel to play around corners, right? Generally, right? So that's the kind of position I would rather you guys have play. Okay, so yeah, okay. So if you guys are going to run this Pharmacy comp, okay, it is really good for probably Pharmacy comp to scout, right? So at the beginning of the map or beginning of the round, you probably want to be playing here just to check what they have. Even if they have a sniper, it doesn't matter because you're utilizing this hotel, and so you need to figure out what they have. If they have meta, okay, you need to understand that you can play really aggressively, okay? You need to take position. You can start just shooting down, right, onto them. So because they practically went to this statue for free. There was no damage taken, okay? No damage taken, and you guys didn't build any ult charge. So this is them taking the space, and now they're controlling the space that they have now, okay? Because you didn't utilize that, just shooting them down, right? Because what can they do? They can't do anything, right? It's Doomfist Reaper. Your team is way back on high ground. You have nothing to worry about, okay? They can't kill you. The only way they can kill you is if they pull Sigma Rock and then you fall down, you just die. But that won't happen, right? Because you're just gonna dodge that shit, okay? You can use Concuss off this hotel. If the pull is coming towards here, you can just Concuss off the wall and then you're fine, okay? But here you need to understand your comp and theirs, okay? As soon as you realize what they have, you need to take advantage of it, okay? If they have like maybe play a little bit less aggressive, but you can still play really aggressive because the May's not gonna like double think you, right? So it doesn't matter. Yeah, just take advantage. Take advantage a lot. And so, okay, I think you guys said Reaper was on the flank here. Totally fine. So the only people that should ever be looking at the Pharmacy probably doesn't. I would not want Pharmacy to look at it because it doesn't need Pharmacy to take a look at and stop the Reaper. I'll probably have you still raining down free rockets onto them because by now I would expect you to have at least 75% ult charge right now. By now, if you were to like spam from the beginning to even still here, the only people that should ever contest Reaper on the flank, if you guys are posting up, is Sig and Moira. Those are probably the only two people that you need to focus the Reaper down and make sure he doesn't get any value. Okay, so now because of this Reaper, like Sig and Moira wasn't able to do it just by themselves, you have the entire team focusing this Reaper, and so now their entire team was able to go underneath you for free. Okay, and I hope you guys rotate. Okay, so again, this is a tunnel visioning issue here, and you guys were too focused on the Reaper, and I guess you guys didn't see the team going underneath. So going back to like, right, a better situation here is if you guys were to post up in this window over here, you guys don't have to worry about it as much, right? Even if they come up here, totally fine, right? Because now they're wasting time. They're wasting time going up here and trying to stop all that. And the Pharah, if you know that they're coming up here, get ready for your concuss. Get ready to knock them off the high ground so that they have to reset even more. Okay? Because by now, if they're coming up here, I would expect you to have barrage. And so, if you guys were holding up here, they're coming up here, you guys would rotate to the other side of the hallway. And so when they're coming up here and they're like contesting you, I would have the Pharmacy flank behind and barrage while you guys are just mowing them down, right? You guys need to get this crossfire. Generally, okay, if you guys are running this Bastion comp, you guys want to rotate the opposite side of wherever the team is. And I think just here it was just like a lack of communication as well as as well as lack of communication as well as not seeing them because you guys are tunnel visioning. So let me go back actually. I'm kind of confused what happened. Is it okay. It's because Orisa player dropped down, or Sig dropped down, Orisa player dropped down. So you guys all just dropped down. Okay, so right. So it's just a position error. It's okay, you know. Just next time post up at a higher place, okay? Yeah, by now I would probably just barrage the team. Okay, so if you're gonna play as Pharah, barrages against their team, or now in this meta, you want to barrage behind the shield. Maybe if you have your immortality field up, you know, you got extra safety. So just barrage behind the shield, always, even if it's on the ground, always, right? So like I would have probably expected you to have barrage here by now and utilizing it just to win the fight. What happened here? Okay, so if you're going to hold up here, the rest of the player needs to play on the corner. Always. And there's really no excuse for that because, right, there's like a red borderline and you just need to be on there. If you're too busy with other people, then it doesn't matter, right? Because you should just self-consciously just be on the point still contesting because it's your job as the main tank, and if you can't do it, then it's the off-tank's job, okay? And then when the off-tank can't do it, it's now back to your job. So now you gave them a free take for free, okay? Here, I would start having Orisa and probably the entire team to start resetting and getting back high ground, okay? Okay, here, again, Pharmacy can play really aggressive here, right? They can't do anything. So this just goes back to knowing the limitations and capabilities of your individual hero against the enemy team, okay? I have no idea why you're on the ground. Yeah. I think it's just a, I guess, connection problem or something that's going on. Ooh. So if you guys are not running Doom, the Arista halts need to be used strategically, okay? So you put a shield down, they're looking to amp speed on you, right? Because now you see this entire team running at you, okay? Good, you press fortify, and then you press halt here. Why though, right? I know you want to like make sure that they don't rush you immediately, but you could have, right? The proper right step is probably throwing halt way first and then using fortify to back up, okay? But you throwing it here, it's actually like not that good. When you could have thrown it over here by this entrance and got even more people and even farther back, and then like you would have been able to hold that space more with your Farah raining rockets down for free, right? And then remember, just know that that position over there is probably not the ideal. You guys want to have high ground, okay? Again, right? I can't emphasize even more how much free pressure your pharmacy can have just by shooting down on them. You can honestly just be right above them and be shooting these rockets down on them for free, okay? For free. Right, this is your first barrage. I probably would have expected you to have your second barrage this upcoming fight, to be honest. Just because how much free pressure you can have. Just don't be afraid. You don't have to be afraid against their team comp. You know, again, I really want you guys to reset the fight after, or not reset the fight. Reset your positions after the fight if you won the fight. Like it's free, right? Because now you guys would waste more time for them to retake high ground, right? So just make sure you guys are resetting the fight and don't forget about reset your positions and don't forget about it. So, right, so these guys have the right idea, okay? Because you guys haven't reset your position, you guys are on the low ground, all they have to do is speed amp onto you, run past your Orisa, and just get onto your Bastion, okay? You know, excluding the fact that you guys didn't reset the position, okay? Your BAP should not even be here whatsoever, right? Because you know you have your little jump thing, right? So you guys can literally just be on this high ground and not even worry about dying at all. And you could just spam right click onto them without getting pressured. Yeah. So okay. In this situation, okay, when you guys are right now excluding the other factors into it, you're right. I really don't, okay, 100% agree that you guys did not communicate what you guys are going to be doing next, right? Are you guys going to be using Orisa ult? You guys are going to barrage? You guys are going to do Valk, stuff like that? You guys need to be talking about these things consistently throughout, before, during, and after the fight, okay? Always. If you guys did that, maybe you guys could communicate, like Leader just pointed out, you guys need to pull barrage. You need to pull them away. You need to barrage, maybe right here, when they're rushing into the Bastion, you need to barrage right behind them as they're going through. And that's free. That's free. But there was no communication going on, and you know, Pharaoh was too low to ground, things like that. I'm just gonna skip this King's Road because I think if you guys just change your positions and communicated, then you guys would have just full held them first point. Is this, what map is this? Escort? Alright, I'll talk about KRdorado. You guys are, okay. Okay. So, they are running a Bastion comp, yes. And generally, in order to beat a Bastion comp, you need to just play Bastion yourself. What I like to do as a Pharah player, and because I know they're probably going to hold high ground, is I would wait until the car pushes around this corner, okay? Use the rocketing yourself, your rocket jump, and then using your shift, your boost up in the air to get a really high elevation, and then use your concuss as you're flying up in the air to knock people off the ground. And as your team is right here, you can use the Orisa halt as well as Sig Rock, and you guys can probably just mow down someone down and get a free pick there. Just be aware that you cannot be in the air for too long because of this Bastion comp, okay? And because you did it too early, you did it way too early, because this Bastion would have been preoccupied with your team if your team was right here, and you wouldn't have actually died here. 100% I agree. I guarantee you would not have died if the Bastion was shooting on your team. If you just waited a little bit longer, okay? So just wait around the corner, concuss, blah blah, because you guys actually got the wrist off, and your team could actually follow up on that concuss and get a free pick.
Oh, I can't res it.
Right side. Push the cart.
Jed, wanna play Bastion?
Okay, so here, just have 1% cart. It doesn't. Having you guys all behind cart is kind of dangerous. You guys just need a high behind cart and just will be fine. Ooh. Can I?
Are they rotating?
Okay, these guys actually mess up a lot.
There they are.
They're rotating. Top right, pulling. Now.
Okay,
Set up.
so key point here. Dude, I really wish this other team was good. Fuck. Okay, so they actually made a lot of mistakes here, right? So they rotated way too late. They rotated way too late, and the cart pushes here. Okay, it's good for you guys, but you guys are too focused on this entire team comp, okay, that you guys didn't take advantage that the SIG was alone on this window for free. So then you guys decide to just pull them here instead of just pulling this Orisa down and killing them, okay, with this Reaper, right? It's a free kill, right? Because the entire team is on the other side and the SIG is alone. So why not just pull them? Why not just pull the SIG off and get the free kill? And you guys are up 5 versus 6, right? And now the SIG is just right behind you guys, just shooting for free, and he gets out. So, just take advantage of that, okay? Take advantage of people being alone from their team, and just take advantage, okay? Don't be too fixated on the entire team.
Bastion's down.
Versus top. Pulling. Versus now.
Good pull. Go for Orisa's low.
Doing a lot of work over
That's just bad fair play. If you want, I really don't want to talk about like individual performance, just because I'd rather have you guys have your own perspective, and then because these individual mistakes is on you guys to practice on your own, and I don't want to waste time talking about it unless you guys send me a VOD later or something like that. Or if you want to know, then you have to send me a VOD.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see.
I can also send it to you.
Whoa. God, let me turn this up actually.
Yikes. I heard a lot.
I can't hear you from here.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I ran out of use.
Nice res.
I'm
Alright,
about,
can I TP above?
I'm about now.
What? That was not what I meant.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see.
Okay. Again, lack of communication. You guys popped 3 ults without even communicating anything about it, right? Val, Risol, and Coalescence, right? You guys didn't communicate any of that or whatsoever, or what the plan is to utilize that ult. Are you guys rushing down the Bastion? Are you guys gonna try to just pressure the Bastion with Coalescence, or are you guys gonna try to get the Reaper on top flanking, wait for them, or something? You guys need to communicate, right? There's just a really lack of communication going on.
Yep, good.
Holding it. Oh, okay.
Good shit. No more ults.
So, you guys actually ended up using
They're all going to the left.
5
They're all
ults to
going
take that.
Someone
Oh,
down.
nice. You guys
Sure.
got
And I generally think maybe at least max 2.
Good job, Jed.
Because you guys didn't communicate that, you guys had to use 5 volts. And remember, Overwatch is all about ult managing. If you guys can control the amount of ults that you guys are using, utilizing the amount of ults you're using, I guarantee you guys will take points a lot more easily.
I ran out of juice.
I can drop down.
So here, I think you guys are not using the pharmacy as efficiently, so I would just swap meta here, right? Same thing as before. If you're not getting value from your pharmacy here
Nice kill.
compared to their Pharah, so why not just swap to meta and just roll down their entire
Oh, the Pharah got me. Good.
team?
Let's fight.
Reaper's on our left. He's gonna be
Yeah,
on
Reaper. He used Raid.
So-
He's going left, back to the point.
It's
Alright.
for me,
Now.
because I'm confident in my Pharah play, I would challenge a Pharah and I would win the fight. Because
I'm low.
you just need to create space for your team and you just need to win the fight.
Hold on. I can res Chronos.
It's-
I can res Chronos.
Get there, Reaper.
If you're not going to win the fight against the Pharah 1v1, then I would just swap to meta because you're, again, you're still not getting any value, and I realize this is a 30-minute video right now. So,
Either way.
Top left. Pharaoh.
Reaper behind, on point.
okay, let me just talk about this last point really quick. If there's anything
Stay behind.
that I
shield.
haven't talked about already.
Hyper us.
Now.
I'm low.
Reese is low.
Falcon.
Okay, let me go back actually.
Use belt.
Stay behind shield. Come back. Pulling.
Hyper us.
Now.
I'm low.
So, Reaper flank. Yeah, you went here and then you just like drop down to like shoot them here, but like that's not really a flank, right? You're still in their main line of sight, and this team is actually just like they still know where the enemy team is, right? If you want to flank, you can just like go on top of here and shoot there, or you can go all the way around and shoot there. But you being in this main actually is away from the team, and then they can just focus you down a lot more easily.
Reese is low.
Falcon.
Shoot them forward. I'm running out of heals.
I'm ulting this.
Nice. Reaper behind, on point.
So there's no communication about Sigil at all.
Focusing ferret.
I know you're talking about Reaper ult, but like try to talk about her prior.
I am.
Okay, push the car. I'm
Yeah,
low.
I think. Okay, I'm just gonna stop here because it's 30-minute video right now. I'll just make this another part video. So for right now, it's just a lot of communication problems. Okay, so let's see in the next maps.